What's happening, vatos? Right now, just it's Valentine's Day. I think that used to mean something, probably, to the Catholics. So yeah, right now, I'm in the park. Kind of snowy. This is kind of not the best place to show you that, but you know, kind of like a slow day. There's people coming in, coming by, but one of those things, you know, it's with a little bit of time, a little bit of energy I got, you know, it's, you can never stop thinking about stuff. And just, I don't know, man, just, I was thinking about people that complain about not voting. I brought this one up before too, and it just makes doesn't make sense to me. Because, especially if you look at it, because the people say that you can't complain if you didn't vote. Let's say for anything, it's not going to matter. Especially to the people that are trying to make that claim, because to them, there's only one real choice, and that is to vote for the people that they voted for. Because if you voted for the person that's counter to what they're voting for, they're going to be like, well, of course you got what you deserve. You got what you deserved. So, but if you didn't vote, you can't complain. But if you did vote for the person that they got, it was stolen, it was robbed, it was rigged, everyone's against you. And it just makes no sense, because in this system, all of us are paying taxes, you know, no matter, even if you are avoiding, you know, federal income or whatever, that kind of crap, if you're, deciding not to pay taxes, you know, it's like, it's funny how a lot of these people are doing that, and they're just opting out to just, you know, say, oh, I'll pay the taxes on my own, and literally going on the internet to tell everybody that they're not paying taxes, and tell the government they're not paying taxes. But it's just like, dude, it's like, you're behind enemy lines. Like, the government is not gonna fucking skimp out on fucking coming to you to fucking collect its due. It's like, that's how they got Al Capone, you know? Tax evasion. I'm not saying it's good that we pay taxes, I'm just saying it's just like, it's fucked, bro. It's like, imagine me telling people, I'm not even gonna say the Holocaust, because everyone's got an opinion on that, and it's kind of like an overuse, but let's say in fucking, I don't know, Maoist China, Mao Zedong's China. It's like, imagine telling the people, why didn't you just fucking do anything? It's like, well, fuck, bro. It's like, if you're living in a system that is coercing people and incentivizing people to turn you in for whatever reason, and the moment you speak out, you're an enemy of the state or this kind of crap, you know, and it's like, of course you're gonna keep quiet. Same thing with North Korea, man. It's like, why don't they just do anything? It's like, you dumb motherfuckers. It's like, you think that people haven't done shit like that? I don't know. So the same thing, it's like, you either gotta be about that life and do something and make it stick, you know, not saying anything, but, or you just kind of go along to get along, prison style. So, but if you're paying taxes, just simply by paying taxes, you're given the right to complain. You can complain about a situation regardless of what you're doing about it. You know, imagine, it's like, this is a sticky one, because yeah, it's like with let's say, you know, victims of rape. You know, it's like, how are we gonna go and tell people you should have done something? It's like, yeah, of course, you know, it's like, we're always gonna be like, you know, if it's in your, you know, if it's a matter of survival, do whatever it takes. But it's like, fuck, imagine having to tell a rape victim, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's like, bitch, you weren't the one that was raped. It's like, how do you know what a rape victim can go through unless you were raped? You know, it's like, but then again, you know, at the same time, you know, people that haven't been raped don't need to be raped to understand, maybe there should be something you should do. Like, you can kick and scream, make it known, it's like, that's not going to stop a fucking a wild rapist, but, that's just, like from an active self-defense kind of thing, you should do everything in your best interest, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, bro. Especially you got like a young woman being overpowered by a 6'5", 300-pound dude. And it's like kicking and screaming it can do shit, But yeah, just before I get sidetracked, just paying taxes. Unwillingly paying taxes, it gives you enough right to say this is fucking stupid. The system is stupid. I don't give a fuck. Because no matter who you vote for, that's the truth. No matter who you vote for, you're gonna get fucked no matter what. Everyone's on this fucking high right now because Trump's in office, but everyone's gonna get fucked no matter what. What has he been doing? It's all theatrical. It really is all theatrical. The Gulf of America. Woo, yeah, like we really needed that, fucking giving more money to Israel, like, that's been happening. But not to mention paving over Gaza and shit like that. It's like, who is that for? Who is that for? And not to mention too the farmer crisis right now, because not only is like because of the immigration, are some places actually losing workers, but not to mention cutting subsidies for farmers, because farmers were in I forgot what it was called, but they were getting subsidies from the government to create food, to make food. And a lot of farming businesses, a lot of red-blooded, blue-collar farmer jobs and businesses, they're not going to get that money anymore, and now they're basically going to either have to cut the amount of produce that they're making because they're not getting those federal subsidies anymore, or they're just probably going to have to go bankrupt, So it's funny how the propaganda gets to people, and everybody thinks that, oh yeah, our boy's in office, but they ain't gonna do shit. But I don't know. Yeah, just simply living and existing. If you are a victim of the system, I think that garners enough criticism. Garners enough right to criticize. And another thing I wanted to get onto was hierarchies, man, because a lot of people, especially like when people try to figure out like anarchism, one of the main things about anarchism and anarchy is hierarchies. And if you're on the right or the right of center and you have like this kind of like, oh, hierarchies are good, hierarchies are natural, it's like, sure, to some extent, hierarchies, are seen in nature, but you gotta understand there's a lot of things that happen in nature and that animals do that we don't do. So take for example, it's like, oh yeah, there's a hierarchy amongst lions. There's a hierarchy amongst apes. There's a hierarchy. So that means we have to have hierarchy. But you gotta understand, you dumb motherfucker, is like hierarchy in the animal kingdom works for simple beings, simple animals that their only needs are food, shelter, water, and sex. Like they have to procreate. So that's, and with those animals, those simple animals, it's always the strongest. It's always the strongest and the most intimidating. That heads to the top. So it's like we don't have that here. People might think they have it here in the West and civilized society, but no. What we have here is from what one channel he coined this term. I got it from this channel called Natural Hypertrophy, bodybuilding channel, but he's like a philosophy channel too. But he coined it the coalition of betas. The coalition of betas is just that. It's a group of weak men, because these people in the natural kingdom, in the animal kingdom, would not be able to fend for themselves. So they have to, band together to basically survive. And with these people like this, it's like that's why you have governments filled with weak, feeble, like dying, sick, old people. These people, if you left them to their own devices, they would die. But you create like this coalition of betas, and all of a sudden, now they're, they're oligarchs. They're supreme leaders. So yeah, that's just that right there. That's exactly what it is. It rewards hierarchy in the West, in the civilized world, no matter where you're at. It rewards incompetence. That's a fact. It rewards incompetence. The only place I think it might actually work would just be in the family, and that's just. But even then, plenty of examples of people in the family that just incompetent fathers can't handle being parents. I'm not saying that the system of the idea of the family is shot, but it even goes to show with like what a lot of these people claim to say that is important and this and that. They can't even protect that. It's like the same thing. It's like. I was all like, super like, I'm bored with the whole like, trans, get that out of schools. And, and to an extent I am still like that because nobody's ideology should be getting pushed. But then you realize that's like, bro, if you're going to be pointing fingers at the traps and the transes, it's like fucking clean your own room first. Focus on your own, first. And then you start realizing that, shit, dude, sure there's some trans and gay diddlers, and PDF files and crap like that. But you still think that just because there's some over here, the transes, the ones that are, diddling kids, that, you just forget about the straight ones. It's like you only care about diddlers when it's trans and gay. It's like, why can't you just look at all of the trans and, the diddlers? It's like you only want to see one side as virtuous, you only want to see one side as evil. But in reality, humans are just, that's the human experience, man. Unfortunately, yeah, humans from all parts of the globe, they all partake in that, man. It's fucked. But saying that the gays and the traps are the only ones committing those acts is foolish, and to hyperfixate on it too, man, autistically, I'm gonna, I don't care, just hyper fucking autistically fixating on it, it just kind of shows more about that person. It's like, you really don't care about the kids then. It's like, if that's only the only thing you're pointing out is the trans and the gays, but you refuse to talk about the fucking 25-year-old hot, sexy substitute teacher that has sex with 14-year-olds, then nah, dude, you're a phony. Check that out. But yeah, no, that's pretty phony, and I would say fuck you. It's like, because you're just adding onto this fucking, this division. It's like, yeah, nobody likes it when people, mess with kids, so that should be the thing. Don't mess with kids, regardless of what you are. And secondly, man, or thirdly, it's funny too, man. I always think about this, but I always bring it up too, but it's just like the same dudes right now. This is just like 2016, man. The same dudes that are claiming that they just want to be left alone. They just want a small government. They just want a small government. They don't want the state, actually, especially if you're talking to these phony ANCAPs. But they don't want the state. They don't want the government in their hands. But at the same time, they want the federal government to fucking deport every fucking illegal out there. They want the government to do this. They want the government to do that. It is really postmodern conservatism, because they want the best of both worlds, which you can't have. You got to pick a side. You're either gonna have a fucking huge federal government centralized everything, and that government is going to do everything for you. That government is going to fucking take care of your roads. It's going to take care of the immigrants and the border. But also you don't want taxes. It's like you don't fucking want to pay taxes, but you want the government to do all this shit. It's like, pick a fucking road, bro. Pick a fucking road, and it's like you also want like cheap grocery prices, but you want a free market. So I am convinced right now, dude, like that these people are fucking like paid opposition, or they're just paid chaos agents, man. They're agents of chaos. They're just coming in here to fuck shit up, and they'll say stupid shit like that. Like they want individualism and freedom, but they want the benefits of a cohesive collective culture. It makes no sense. You're either an individualist and you're gonna fucking go out into the wilderness and fucking do whatever it is individuals do and not fucking depend on, Walmarts and feed stores, or you fucking just get with it and just accept the fact that you are part of a collective, which in reality we're all a part of a collective. If you live in a society, which is a society, you are a part of a collective. So this whole idea that you're an individual is pretty cringe game. So that's that for right now. Peace.